The Panama Canal, a critical global shipping route, has been at the center of geopolitical and economic intrigue for over a century. In recent years, it became the focal point of a high-stakes showdown involving a former U.S. president, a Hong Kong-based firm, and the Panamanian government. This clash highlighted the intersection of business, politics, and international relations, with implications for global trade and China-U.S. competition. Remember to subscribe to stay updated. You can also like this video and share your views below. The controversy began in 2017 when the Panamanian government, led by President Juan Carlos Varela, established diplomatic ties with China, severing its long-standing relationship with Taiwan. This move was seen as part of China's broader strategy to isolate Taiwan diplomatically and expand its influence in Latin America. Shortly after, a Hong Kong-based company, Hutchison Ports, which is part of the CK Hutchison Holdings conglomerate, owned by billionaire Li Ka-shing, won a 25-year concession to manage two major ports at the entrance of the Panama Canal. This deal raised eyebrows in Washington, as it gave a Chinese-linked firm control over critical infrastructure in a region traditionally considered within the U.S. sphere of influence. The U.S. president at the time viewed the situation with suspicion. His administration saw China's growing presence in Latin America as a threat to U.S. national security and economic interests. The Panama Canal, which handles about 6% of global maritime trade, is a strategic asset, and the prospect of a Chinese-linked company managing its ports was alarming to U.S. officials. The administration reportedly pressured the Panamanian government to reconsider the deal, warning of potential risks to regional security and the canal's operations. The showdown escalated when the National Security Council reportedly drafted a memo urging Panama to revoke Hutchison Ports' concession. The memo argued that the deal could allow China to exert undue influence over the canal, potentially disrupting global trade or using the infrastructure for espionage. However, the Panamanian government resisted these pressures, insisting that the deal was purely commercial and that Hutchison Ports had no ties to the Chinese government. The incident underscored the broader tensions between the U.S. and China over infrastructure and influence in Latin America. For the U.S., the Panama Canal is a symbol of its historical dominance in the Western Hemisphere, while for China, it represents an opportunity to expand its Belt and Road Initiative and secure strategic footholds in key regions. The involvement of a Hong Kong-based firm added another layer of complexity, given Hong Kong's unique status as a global financial hub with ties to both China and the West. Ultimately, the deal with Hutchison Ports went ahead, but the episode highlighted the growing competition between the U.S. and China for control of critical infrastructure worldwide. It also demonstrated how private companies, particularly those with ties to China, can become entangled in geopolitical disputes. For Panama, the situation was a delicate balancing act, as it sought to maintain its relationship with the U.S. while capitalizing on Chinese investment. In the end, the Panama Canal showdown served as a microcosm of the broader U.S.-China rivalry, with implications for global trade, security, and diplomacy. It also underscored the challenges smaller nations face when navigating the competing interests of superpowers in an increasingly multipolar world.